Hello artists and welcome back. This is your pilot and we are on a new destination. We sent home with you, our at-home learners, we sent home blue paper, these paint swatches. If you didn't get a chance to come and get the supplies, you're either going to need a piece of blue paper and a whole bunch of different color paper, or just go get a white piece of paper and color a whole bunch of squares on it so you can problem solve. You also need scissors and a glue stick. So once you have these items and you come back to me, I would pause the video right here, come back, and then you can start creating with us. So let's envision we've taken our scissors and it's time to cut out some of these squares. So I've cut out some different colored squares here. And I'm going to use my glue stick here in a minute. And what we're doing, we are in a new destination. We landed today in Israel. We are about to see the city of Jerusalem, and we're going to notice something unique about the buildings in the city of Jerusalem. We're going to notice that they have dome tops. We're going to notice that they have geometric shapes to them. We're going to notice that they're extremely close together, even overlapping. So you're allowed to overlap your items. When you cut them, you can cut them into large squares or small. And don't worry about which way the letters are facing, because I know there's words on each of them. But don't worry about that, because in a minute, what we can do is we can kind of color those in and make them look like windows. We can make them look like doorways, and you can lay them sideways or up and down. You really get to pick here. So you are truly, oops, I moved my building. You are truly the artist. Okay? We want this picture to go all the way down this way. I have one go this way now, a large one here. We'll put some rows in there. Okay, so notice how I cut some shapes with curves on the top. Some shapes are just square. You kind of want to have a variety of shapes that you're cutting. I did forget to cut triangles, so I'm going to just do a quick triangle here. Very simple. Just cut my square and then I cut it in half to make my triangle. I'll put a traditional triangle in there. The format we're using, the type of art is called pop art. So with pop art, what we're going to do first is we're going to have kind of two things going on here. We've made our city, okay, and we can keep building over here if you have more. You have a lot of colors that you can use, right? So we've made our city, and we kind of want our city to come as close to the bottom as we can. So if you have more pieces, keep building them down. And then up at the top where that empty space is, we're going to add some colors and crayons. So what we're going to do now is we're going to glue all of this into place. Okay, so we get our layout, we see our buildings about how we want them, and then we'll glue them down. Then you're going to need to go and get your crayons. So I have my crayons here and ready. And we're going to add some lines up in the sky. So, and some lines down below if yours is like mine and it doesn't quite come to the bottom. So we're going to be using the entire page for this. Now we cut out our shapes in the middle because that's Jerusalem, the village. So we're going to have our wall here with different textures and lines in it. Then we're going to have the sky in the background. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is grab my crayons and start my decorations. Okay, so artists, what we did here is we glued everything down, and then we did our background, and I tried to use a variety of crayons and patterns because that's what pop art does. So I have, like over here, you can't quite see it, but I have dash lines, I have cubes, I have squiggles, I have the Star of David, and I have squiggly lines over here as well. Then I put in all my doors and windows, and I used a dark color crayon there. So I used light color up in the sky, I used dark color over here. You can use purple or blue or black, just a darker shade. And then I made my wall down here, and I was going to go back over that if I had time and color that in a yellow so that it would be like the sand of the desert. So this is what my final project will look like. We do have a second project today, and it is menorah creating. We're going to need a piece of white paper, or if you have your journal book, if you're in 4th or 5th grade, get your journal book out, and this will be a page from there. Okay, so go get a piece of white paper and come on back for menorah drawing.